Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. We've got the three lions out. It's a shame though, it doesn't look like we've actually got the three lions out though. It looks like we got the three cats out, and it's a win, but it's not looking great. If I'm going to be completely real and honest with all of you, I do want to hope that after tonight, it's just the first game, and hopefully the team gets into a little bit of a rhythm as more games are played. We still got to play Denmark next, who drew 1-1 earlier on to Slovenia, which means that England do go top of the group. But I have to be honest, if England do show up like we showed up today, in the latter stages of the competition against the big boys, I'm sorry, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Because I feel like today we were fortunate to be able to end that game 1-0. Fortunate in the sense that we're doing, as far as I'm concerned, this goes back to Gareth Southgate. It goes back to Gareth Southgate because I think there are some players that played really well today, but there were some players that had stinkers. But I have to put everything on Gareth Southgate here because it's the manner of the way that England are set up that is holding this team back, and it's so flipping obvious. It's ridiculous, you know. I'm going to quote The Rock from years ago. A blind, stuck in the basement Stevie Wonder can see what's going on. Do you know what I mean? It's not that England won today, but I guarantee if you go to Gareth Southgate, listen, I've not heard what he's said after the game because he's not spoken yet. The game has just ended. I can guarantee that after the game, he's going to say, yeah, we played really well today. We got the job done, but we were there, and we done everything that we wanted to do, and we looked good. If he says something like that, he's lost his mind. Lost his mind. Because I genuinely believe that there is enough in this England team to have gone out today and won 3 or 4-0. Especially in that first half. Without question. Because Serbia looked trapped in that first half. They looked like they really couldn't get the ball out of the back. They looked like that they were struggling to get the ball to the final third. For the couple of occasions where they did, Mitrovic, we saw what he missed. Vlahovic later on missed one too. But they didn't really in the first half get the ball to those attacking areas as much as they would have liked. And that was a fault of their own, because they were misplacing passes all across the place. And at the same time, England started off the game pretty bright. But I don't understand why England start this game bright and then fade. We scored the first goal and then everything changes at that point. And why? It's because of Gareth Southgate. Gareth Southgate has this tendency with this team to think that it's the right thing to do you get that first goal. Okay, now we got to think about defending this result. By all means, just defend the result, right? When England can't defend well, this is the problem. If we had a team that were capable of defending properly, I would be in complete favour of shutting a game down at 1-0. But we do not have the facilities for that, big man. It's as simple as that. We do not have the facilities for that. We get bypassed so easy, it's criminal. And this is where I say we can count ourselves lucky that we didn't concede tonight. When in turn, what it should have been is the game could have been killed much earlier, and we wouldn't even have to think about conceding goals or the threat of conceding goals. Now, how do I come to the conclusion that Gareth Southgate is the culprit? Because how many times do we see Serbia are with the ball, whether it's with their defence or it's with their midfield, and we are trying to compact ourselves in a low block without any pressing whatsoever. No pressing. Nothing. Come at us is England's message. England's message is come at us. We're here. What you got? What? Like I said, if we were a team that was able, that had the capacity to take that, I would say, yeah, that's fine, no worries. Bring it because we can hit them on a counter-attack. But we don't. We don't. Our threat comes with our attacking players. If we allowed the license to kill in this attacking team that we do or should have, we really should be bagging 2-3 goals early. But Gareth Southgate doesn't set us up in that way. He doesn't. And the proof was in the pudding today. The lineup in and of itself, where Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield that we could see just did not work. Harry Kane is up there and he doesn't even get the ball. That tells you everything you need to know with the way that we are playing and how we're set up. When Harry Kane is up there not even getting the ball. I say mainly in that first half. Second half he had to drop a lot deeper to get involved. Which is just not Harry Kane's game. Get the ball to him and let him do the rest. But we're not doing that. He was absent. You could say the same for Foden on that left-hand side, but I would say he had a bit of a stinker overall because times when he had the ball, there were moments where it's like, yo, what are you doing, mate? You know what I mean? I want to say Bellingham, good game. Overall, very good game. I'm happy with Bellingham. He's a natural. You can see that he gets the ball and he oozes swagger. He oozes confidence. He knows exactly what he's going to do. He shows a lot of maturity in the way that he plays. And at his age, it's impressive. And obviously, he plays for Real Madrid and he plays for Real Madrid for a reason. So big up to Jude Bellingham. Saka, I thought, started bright and then faded. I think that first half was decent. I see some criticism on Saka in that first half. No. Oh, no, yeah. He got an assist, technically. It was a deflection, so let's not hype that deflection. But people acting like he was making mistake after mistake. Like, no. Whenever he had the ball, he never lost it. He made his passes. He was making his runs. He was there. I can't ask for more. But there were others. Trent. You know, I would say the fullbacks, mainly Kyle Walker, was suspect today. Suspect on that right-hand side. Declan Rice, I thought, was decent overall. But you could see having Trent alongside him was just not helping. As I said, we were getting bypassed. Now, I'm just completely against Trent playing in midfield. I understand if he's playing at right back and he inverts and we're using that. That's what Klopp did at Liverpool, right? There was an inverting happening there, right? But he wasn't a midfielder. There were times we saw him next to Harry Kane. I'm like, Trent, what are you doing? What is he doing there? What's he doing there? Anyway, that's the thing that didn't sit well with me in terms of that setup. The defence overall, I thought Mark Guehi looked decent as well. For what it's worth with that England defence, good game for Mark Guehi. But yeah, overall, could have been better in terms of the defensive setup because we were leaking. That second half, we came out and we looked like we were asleep. And that's where Serbia, if Serbia were more potent and they were more clinical, I wouldn't even say clinical because if you're more clinical, you score goals. But if Serbia were better in their decision-making and their control in that final third, I feel like they really could have caused a threat. They probably would have scored. So this is where I always have to look far forward and think this is a tournament. You're going to end up playing the big boys, whether you like it or not. You do that against the big boys, they will kill you. Simple as that. So this is where I go back to the start and I say, I hope that this is a game where we get into our rhythm. It's a win. And, we get into our rhythm and we play better against Denmark and then we start to show what we're about. But I can't really feel like that's what's going to happen because it's not the players. It's Gareth Southgate. It's our system and it's our decisions made by management that's holding this team back. So that gets cemented when you look at the substitutions that were being made. Right? Conor Gallagher comes on for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, at first, I look at that and I go, fair enough, because Trent had to come off. As far as I'm concerned, Trent had to come off. Conor comes on. Conor coming on, already tells you what Southgate's thinking. And I can say this as a Chelsea fan and completely vouch for it, right? That means Southgate's thinking, I want to shut this down. It's obvious. He wants to shut this down. Because the traits that Conor Gallagher possesses, I have to be honest here, I wouldn't stick Mainu, for example, into a situation where things are a little bit edgy. But if you're asking for more on the ball, I would bring on Mainu instead of Conor Gallagher. But Conor Gallagher's coming on and his work rate is exactly what Gareth Southgate is looking for in that situation. When Serbia are threatening us, instead to add more attacking prowess to the team, put Serbia on the back foot, we're allowing Serbia to put us on the back foot when we don't have a well set up defensive side. It doesn't make sense to me. This is why I feel like tonight we've gotten away with one. I'm happy we've won, but I feel like we've gotten away with it. And I don't like that you just know Gareth Southgate is going to stick with this. He's just going to stick to this. And I just don't see it ending well. That's my worry now. This is my worry. Later on, instead of looking to the bench and thinking, I've got some players here that can really try and make a difference and get the second goal and kill this game, he takes off Saka. And in that second half, you could argue, yeah, Saka had to come off. And we know that he was carrying an injury before and whatnot. So fair enough. He brings on Jared Bowen, right? Cole Palmer is still stuck there just doing nothing. Cole Palmer, who you could argue should have even started. He can't even make it on when Jude Bellingham comes off. And then he brings Kobe Mainoo on. Make it make sense. Why? Oh, because he just wants to add another defensive midfielder now into the picture to try and shut the game down. Let's stick a 19-year-old DM to help just close this game. Just close this game, you know? And that's what's holding us back. Instead of telling England to go out and kill this game, you've got everything at your disposal. Go and score the 3 goals that I know you're going to score. Nah. We're going to defend with a team that's brittle defensively, and Serbia had their chances towards the end of that second half, and they really could have got themselves an equaliser. So this is where I say, look, we won, I'm happy, but we can't continue like this. It's not sustainable. But Gareth Southgate's not going to think like that. That's my problem here. Gareth Southgate's going to go, we won, cool. We're going to do the same against Denmark, right? And if we win that, well, we top the group, and then we'll go through, and then it means it's going to work against everyone else. So we might as well just keep going. And I just don't see it that way. This England team possesses so much more compared to what we saw tonight and what I worry we're going to continue to see. So that's my problem here. But, like I said, a win is a win to start off the tournament. And I think Gareth Southgate protects himself with the fact that this is tournament football and results matter the most, and they do. But we've already got archives of how we've seen this happen before twice. And this is meant to be the third and final attempt, and crazy. But some of the players to mention here, Jordan Pickford pulled off a couple of good saves, fair play to him. Declan Rice I thought was bright as well. Mark Gurley I thought was bright, fair play to him. Jude Bellingham, class. Saka I thought was bright, faded later. Apart from that, nothing much. The fullbacks, vague, especially Kyle Walker. Phil Foden, horrible game for him. Horrible game. Harry Kane, not involved whatsoever, except towards the end where he had to come deeper. He had that one chance that was saved. Great save from the keeper where he hit the bar. And again, that will just further in Gareth Southgate's mind that, oh no, this is working. I'm doing correct. This is great. You know. Anyway, that's Harry Kane. And apart from that, nothing else to say. The subs coming on. They didn't really play too much. Conor Gallagher, we knew what his job was going to be. Jared Bowen almost actually got an assist, in fairness to him, with that Harry Kane chance that hit the bar in the second half. And Kobe Mainoo got 4 minutes, plus stoppage time. So when you go to look at the bench and the players that we actually had there, Ivan Toney's there. Instead, Ollie Watkins is there. If Harry Kane's not working, what are we doing? No. Anthony Gordon is there. We needed help on the left-hand side. Foden was struggling. You kept him on the pitch and you took off Bellingham. What? Anthony Gordon is there to use. Eze is there to use to add some pace and some flair in that second half. We don't want to do that. Cole Palmer is there. I don't understand how he didn't even start. You get the gist. So, again, look, players, fair play. England overall fair play, but Gareth Southgate is scaring me. I feel like we're just going to go through what we've seen before. So let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Double upload tomorrow for sure as we go through the latest and what's going on in the transfer world, club football world, as well as what's going on at the Euros as well. Obviously, England are top of the group as it stands, and we do have Denmark to play next, who I got to say, were a bit underwhelming in their second half against Slovenia. Slovenia deserved to get that equaliser. It was coming and they got it. So fair play to Slovenia. You could say that might work in England's favour, but we'll wait and see. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Let me know all of your comments down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new couple of ones. I'll see you then. Have a good one, people, in a bit. Take care and peace.